Hi, I'm Brian Stump, and I'm here to talk about our parking problem on campus at Oklahoma State University, and this is with BCom 3223. At Oklahoma State University, we are proud of our athletics, our academics, and the facilities to go along with both of them. However, we are not too proud of our parking situation. Buildings on campus are always being destroyed, built, renovated, but you never see that with the parking lots. Um, I always hear people all over campus complaining about our parking situation, whether it be in the Okali print edition, okali.com, or in the social media such as Facebook or Twitter. I've contacted Jan at the Office of Parking and Transit Services about this problem, but no response. The appropriate people know about this situation. This year, I'm the chapter president of my fraternity on campus. I was fortunate enough to have dinner with Burns Hargis in his home with several other leaders on campus. Before we had a discussion with him, what he said was, "I'll take any questions except those about the Big 12 and about parking." That shows that he knows that there is a parking crisis on campus. The university needs a plan for this situation. I have started a little bit of a plan to get this going. My plan, in a nutshell, is more garages. I think that if we have 4 parking garages on campus in roughly the 4 corners of the campus, then I think that would be more than adequate. Currently, we have a parking garage at the Student Union, and we have a parking garage that was constructed in 2008 on the corner of Monroe and Hall of Fame. That parking garage was constructed, and it holds 1,100 parking spots. Also, by 2013, they're expected to have another parking garage on the southwest side of campus completed, and right now that is in the planning stage. The reason that was constructed was there are 493 more students living on campus this year than last year. That was said by Linda Amy, and she's a senior administrative support specialist of Residential Life. Steve Spradling, the director of Parking and Transit Services, said that this garage would be paid for by parking permit sales. I feel like that would take a long time to pay for that. I don't know how much the university is paying towards this, but this garage is expected to cost $7 million. The student union permit sales would not be affected by this garage, says Spradling. Part of my plan will be to reevaluate buildings on campus to tear them down or renovate them so we can either use those buildings and utilize them, or tear them down to use them for parking garages. Once we get the new parking garage in 2013 constructed in the southwest side of campus, we will have 3, and that would be 3 corners. But I think if we reevaluated, that I have in mind, one building, is Hanner Hall. I don't know. I don't think there's very many building or classes in that building or offices. It looks pretty run down, and I think that if we destroyed that building and put a parking garage there, that would put parking garages in the 4 corners of campus roughly, and that would be more than enough parking to adequately suit all faculty and all students, along with other parking lots on campus. I'm also worried about the future of the university. As many of you know, the Spears School of Business is constructing a new business building. It's going to be a 220 square foot building that takes over the current business building, and I'm pretty sure Gunderson Hall as well. This building they're currently in. They've been in that building for more than 50 years. So this building that they're building is going to be huge. It's going to have way more classrooms and way more offices, but I do not know if they are going to update the parking lots to go along with that. Definitely the university needs to get on this issue and catch up with that. I think by putting another parking garage on campus in the northeast side would be very beneficial, because not only for football games and basketball games could you use that and not have to park blocks and blocks away. I think that would be, the university could make money off of that too. Even if we didn't use permit sales to build these garages, I think we could use student fees or the combination of 2. Currently, with this garage being built in 2013, they are going to use permit sales for that. I do not know how much is in the university's budget for them to front, but 3 years of a $50 parking garage construction fee would amount to the $7 million needed. That would be, if that was to all students, and that would be 23,000 students roughly enrolled times $50 a semester times 6 semesters, and that would be roughly $7 million. Or you could do $70 permit sales. If this parking garage held 1,000 spots, $70 times 1,000 each semester, that would be $150,000 a year, and that would obviously take many, many years to get to the $7 million. So obviously the fees to each student would pay it off quicker. But then again, I mean, we have several fees already, and I don't know if the university is willing to put one more fee on there. To get the appropriate information communicated effectively, the Director of Parking and Transit Services, Steve Spradling, and Matthew Brown from Residential Life would have to work closely together. Spradling would be able to tell Brown where we stand in terms of parking needed, and Brown will be able to respond to Spradling with the growth rate of people living on campus. Obviously, we have 493 more living on campus this year than last year, so obviously we are definitely growing each and every year. Without the communication of the Parking and Transit Services and the Department of Residential Life, this problem will continue to exist. I think that between these two and the rest of the university, this problem can be solved, and our parking can be caught up to our increasing demand by 2020. Thank you.